Sometimes even a hero has to do homework. Alright, so second period's gym.
Great.
Where is the gym in the school?
The gym is actually, it's on the top floor of the school.
I thought so.
And it has a glass ceiling.
Yeah, it's a dome.
It's a
transparent
it's a dome.
steel.
Transparent steel. There we are. This allows a lot of sunlight in. So there's grass and there are trees. There's a big track. It's pretty massive, sprawling. So there's a couple different sporting courts. Who knows what they play in Coruscant? We could invent it, but yeah. So this is where all the activities are, and it's pretty pleasant. In the summer it can get pretty hot.
Yeah, well,
from the sun, but
looking up through that dome, you can see like the walls of the city just going up thousands of feet, and up in the distance you can see the sun. It's like basically a vertical tunnel up to the surface.
Oh, cool.
And gym coach
Scratch?
Yeah, okay. Gym coach Scratch is a drawl. So he basically looks like a hamster.
Oh.
He's about 3.5 feet tall. He's got a whistle, and he's got a little remote that is always with him that is like tracking times and all that sort of stuff. He's got a little clipboard. And what do we call this?
The clone fitness test?
The clone fitness test. He says,
"All right, everybody. Who's ready for the clone fitness test?"
There's the very unenthusiastic.
Don't everybody get excited at once.
Clone fitness test is my favorite day of the year. Each one of you will go solo in front of the rest of the class.
This is your favorite day of the year?
Who said that?
Stealth check.
I'll let you roll a stealth check. It's going to be against, I'm going to upgrade it with a flip. It's going to be against a red and a purple.
Oh no. Do I have 2 light sides right now?
Yeah.
My stealth is very good. And also, you're letting me use one of my talents.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you, hold on. I'm going to give you a setback because he knows you as like the mouthy one.
Okay.
Are you downgrading? Are you downgrading this on me?
Let's see. Indistinguishable. Upgrade difficulty to identify me?
Oh, I hate that.
What does that do? Does that mean I get to upgrade one of my die?
All right. So what is your stealth? I'm gonna roll this one.
Oh, okay. My stealth is 2 yellow and a green.
God. Okay.
Yeah, it's really good.
Why else would he have a boost? I'm gonna give him a boost because he has his little drone watching.
Okay.
Because I'm rolling 2 blues, a yellow and a green against 3 reds.
3 red? Oh.
And you hear him say,
"Park, I know that was you. You're up first."
Who, me?
I don't really know what to do with his 4 threats, if you have any ideas, but he got 3 successes in identifying you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good job. You got 3 threats.
4 threats.
4 threats?
Yeah.
I guess we'll just sit on those. But, Park?
Do you have, like, a nemesis that he is also going to choose?
Seems like I should probably have a nemesis.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Named, Dash.
Dash. Yeah? Is he a redheaded human?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. He's a redheaded human. He's kind of on the dumber side.
And Dash, you're up first too. You two get to tackle this one together.
Pretty sure he just said we had to do this solo, but whatever. Whatever, Scratch. Hey, you make the rules, right?
It's Mr. Scratch.
I said it was coordination, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to have you do coordination. What does this course look like? I feel like there's like some there's like a rope, I don't know, like a grid made out of ropes that you have to step through, and there's a wall that you have to climb. Mm-hmm. Maybe some like monkey bar rungs that you have to do. Probably
some ropes that you have to climb under. You have to like army crawl on your knees and elbows. Uh-huh. And that seems like good enough.
Okay. So roll it against 3 purples.
Okay, I'm gonna flip a light side upgrade. I got 2 advantages.
That's it? 2 advantages?
Yeah. How is this gonna play out? How can I pit my 2 advantages against his 4 threats?
Dash got a success and an advantage. So Dash sort of shoves you aside and jumps into the course first. And the first part is that army crawl thing. And he just gets down there and he does it. And he does it pretty well.
Okay. And I got 2 advantages.
Yeah. So you're going to do it, but not as well. Let's make this like an ongoing test. All right. Okay. So that was the first
part.
And the next part is climbing up the wall. Let's say that is, you could use athletics here if you wanted to. And I'm going to make it 2 purples.
Okay.
And so Dash grabs the rope and starts hauling himself up. And he's kind of struggling here. He's better at the coordination stuff. He doesn't really have the upper body strength to climb this part of the course as easily.
And with my 1 success, I am able to do it pretty easily. And as I'm heading up, I wave at Dash and say, just hang in there. You'll get the hang of it.
And he falls behind. And I think the next part is that you get to the top of this course and there are like stepping stone kind of things hovering in front of you. And you have to get from this platform to the next platform over some stepping stones.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
My athletics is better than my coordination.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to do athletics.
How do you justify athletics? Dash is doing coordination. He's going to take it a little bit more carefully.
I'm going to do athletics because I'm going to try and jump over as many of them as I can. And I want to add a force die to my pool.
Okay.
And what's my difficulty?
2.
Whew.
Dash did really well. How well did you do?
I got a wash.
You got a wash.
A wash with 2 dark side.
Ooh, do you want to use the dark side?
Oof. I guess so.
You're going to flip your light side point over.
I have to flip it over if I use the dark side?
Yeah, you take 2 strain.
Okay, I'm going to do it.
So that gives you 2 successes?
I take 2 strain, I get 2 successes.
Yeah.
And I do it.
Yeah, so what does that look like? So you are definitely calling on the force for this one.
I'm sweating, I'm tired, and Park says to himself, why am I doing this to myself? Why am I staying up till all hours of the night? Who even cares? What's even the point of all this? Why am I even taking this test? And he reaches out and to the force and taps into something dark inside him. He jumps over every single one of these things. He jumps unnaturally far and lands with a thud on the other side. And he has passed Dash again.
Well, I think, Dash got 3 successes and an advantage. So I think that if he's still behind you, he's very close behind you.
Okay. So we're like neck and neck, and part of his anger is that he is struggling to beat
Dash.
Exactly.
What should the next part be? So you went across these hovering little stepping stones to a second platform. Maybe, is this the last one? Do you have to jump off the platform?
Do you want it to be like monkey bars, things that you climb across?
Yeah, let's do that.
Or like rings or something.
One last thing after that.
So this next one is it's like swinging. It's like rings. But you have to kind of like outstretch. How is anybody else in the school going to be able to do this?
They're not.
I think you can just take a C.
I think your threats is that he raised the course like 10 feet.
10 feet?
Just made it more difficult.
Okay, fair enough.
Because, I mean, it's all like floating stuff, so...
Maybe Dash is like forced... I don't know. He's nailing it. Definitely an athlete.
So Dash is on he's on one of the big sports teams. He's like, when he's not in gym class, he's got his like school jacket.
Yeah, he's got his Letterman jacket.
Yeah. The jacket has these like pads over the shoulders, like Dash Rendar. This is young Dash Rendar.
Oh, I didn't even realize. When I said Dash, I did not realize. This is great. Wow. I should pat myself on the back. That's great.
All right, so you got to do the rings.
Mm-hmm.
Let's make it a hard check.
And athletics or coordination?
What can you justify? Dash is still taking it like slow and steady, and I think I'm gonna go with coordination for him, just because it's a slightly better roll.
I'm doing the opposite of slow and steady. I basically want to skip every other thing to grab.
All right, so it's athletics.
And it's 3 difficulty?
Yeah.
This could go bad for me. But it did not. I got a success and 1 advantage.
Okay, so you definitely get ahead. Dash washed. So he's like struggling with the first and second rings, and you get across these rings to the final platform. And what you have to do now is jump off the platform into a like hollow net that you have to trust is going to catch you. So I want a cool check or discipline.
No difference for me.
It's going to be against 2.
We'll just call mine a cool check. And I got 1 success.
All right, you definitely beat Dash. So
Nice.
What does that last bit look like?
Having felt confident, a little embarrassed by his anger, but feeling confident in passing Dash on that last climb, he kind of closes his eyes and just falls back, kind of letting it all leave his body, letting the negative thoughts leave him. Falls back in slow motion, eyes closed into the hollow net, and lets the hollow net do what it's going to do.
All right, it catches him, and then when he gets down there, he opens his eyes, and seconds later, Dash comes falling into it. And as he gets up, you see him scowling at you as he gets out of the net.
Not bad, Dash. Keep on training. You'll get there. These things take time.
Park, Dash, take a seat.
And Scratch picks the next person, and you have the fun of watching people do this for 45 minutes.
Hey, when do I get my award? He asked someone sitting next to him.
I don't know, what award?
The clone never mind.
So gym class ends. You head to the locker rooms, get changed and all that, and head to your locker where you pick up your data pad for the afternoon's classes. I'm going to flip my dark side point because Dash comes up and puts his hand on your locker door and slams it shut.
Of course he does.
Yeah. What do you think you're doing, Park?
I'm doing school, going to class. What are you doing? How are you?
You can't beat me at the clone course. I got a reputation here. You're just some scrawny kid.
I mean, clearly I can beat you.
No, you don't hear me. You're not hearing me. You're not listening. You can't beat me at the clone course.
I'm listening. I'm all ears. And he points his cat ears up.
You know what? I've had about enough of you, Park.
Oh, yeah? Well, what are you going to do about it?
And you didn't notice it before, but he has a pair of goons with him, and he turns and laughs. What am I going to do about it? I'll tell you what I'm going to do about it. And I think he's going to swing a punch at you.
All right. Am I rolling initiative, or is he just going to do it?
I think he's just going to do it.
Okay.
Do you have any reasons why he would get a setback or you would get a boost?
I wish I had. I don't have it, so I'm not going to do it. But I wish I had foresight.
Yeah.
That would be like a perfect talent for my character, and I would like jump over his head or something. But I don't have that. No, I'm kind of green as far as abilities.
Okay.
So I don't think I can do anything.
I'm going to try and I want him to do it without anyone noticing. So I'm going to treat it as a called shot. Like when you want to hit something specific.
Okay.
So I'm adding 2 setbacks to it. You got 2 failures. So I think we can treat this very Spider-Man.
Yeah. So do you want to tell me what happens, or should I?
I think you should. So he's going for a punch to the gut, like a quick jab.
As the fist is coming towards him, time is slowing down a little bit for Park, and he kind of very gently puts his 2 hands around the fist and just sort of spins around it and sends Dash and his fist right into a locker next to Park's.
Mm-hmm.
And time speeds up. Dash's fist smashes into the locker so hard that it dents the locker in, and Park has kind of spun around and is directly behind him now.
And Dash yells, "Ah!" And one of his goons is like, "Dude, I think he broke his hand. Dude, I think you broke his hand."
Me? He just punched a locker. I had nothing to do with that.
You haven't heard the last of me, Park. We're not through.
If only I could have heard the last of you. But until next time. All right, bye-bye.
The three of them walk off, Dash holding his fist tight, close to him.
What else does this day have in store for me? He opens his locker, grabs something he forgot, and
his lunch.
Yeah, grabs his lunch. Is it lunchtime?
Yeah, it's lunchtime. I want a vigilance or perception check during lunch.
All right.
It's going to be average.
Vigilance or perception?
Yep.
It's probably going to be perception. 2 success with 3 threat.
You hear a group of kids talking about the vandalism around Little Onderon again. I guess last night something happened near that Future Forward teardown that got abandoned. The fences got ripped up, a big hole inside of the building. Some of the construction equipment got real messed up. I think it's like a group of girls talking about it, and they see you like snooping, trying to listen in, and they say, "Hey, get out of here. You're not part of this."
Wait, let me do a stealth check.
Well, you rolled threats, right?
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
How many threats did you roll?
A lot. 3.
3. Add 3 setbacks to your stealth check.
3 setback die?
Yeah.
I, as always, I'm not paying attention to my talents, and I have a talent that gives me a bonus to stealth checks.
What does it do?
And
That just gives you a boost?
Yeah.
And...
Sleight of mind. It's actually a force thing, so I might even have to roll force die to use that. So
nope, you don't.
Oh,
it's going to be average.
That's 2?
Yep.
This is a giant pool of die. Lots of failures. Lots of successes. I got an advantage.
Total of an advantage.
Yeah, I was rolling 9 dice and I got an advantage.
Okay. So what do these two... What species are these 2 girls?
One of them is I'm not stalling for time. I know exactly what I want to say. What are the green people?
Nautilin?
No, yes, one of them is a Nautilin.
Uh-huh. A Nemoidian.
And what's a Nemoidian?
Trade Federation.
Yeah, the other's a Nemoidian.
So there's a Nautilin and a Nemoidian talking about all this damage up at the FFG site, and one of them says, there's this huge hole. I don't know what could have done it. It's like enormous. Maybe someone drove a car through it? I don't know. I need a different voice for the second one.
Valley Girl?
Yeah, but like, who would do that? Who would do something like that? Why would you like vandalize something that's been abandoned for like months? I don't know. It's totally weird. And it only happens at night, and... Are you spying on us?
Who, me?
Yeah, like, stop. You're like a total weirdo.
I'm just eating my lunch. You should leave me alone. Please, leave me alone. Looks around suspiciously.
Come on, Kitley, let's get out of here. And the 2 of them leave.
Vandalism? An unnatural hole? Made in the middle of the night? It sounds like a job for me. Better investigate this.
Do you have a vigilante name? Your friendly neighborhood.
Well, nothing is quite...
Razarak. Rakazak.
Yeah, that works. It's not the best.
No, it's not the best.
It's not like a cool name. So my other name, the simpler but not very creative name is the Nightcat.
You friendly neighborhood Nightcat.
Let's just stick with that. We're trying to...
I mean, you could be the Nightcrawler.
Oh, now we're talking. The Nightcrawler. I love it. All right.
Great.
This sounds like a job for the Nightcrawler. I don't know if anyone's calling Park that yet, but that's what he's going by.
All right, so after lunch, I think we will head to what's another class that Park would like?
I was trying to think if there was
biology, or
I was trying to think if there was like a Coruscant equivalent for like, I don't know. It should just be, let's say it's computer science.
Okay. Oh man, we should have talked about this earlier. Does Park have an internship
At Future Forward Galactic?
Park, we should have. No. At Aurora Biotech.
I think that Park should have an internship, and I was actually thinking in my head, I was like, when I was making the character, he should have some kind of in with like Future Forward Galactic or something, which is why he has kind of excessive like equipment.
Yeah, I want it to be Aurora Biotech. I think that's where he probably heads after school. Yeah, no, I think this teacher is the one who got you in there.
Okay.
Maybe they know somebody. Maybe they don't have their own lab, but maybe they know somebody there. Yeah, so you head to your next class, which is computer science. Your teacher is named Wemmel. Mr. Wemmel. He is a Zecto. He's got 4 arms, which is very good for typing on multiple keyboards. He's a really smart guy and helped get Park his internship at Aurora Biotech. So it's all in all, it's a pretty good class. I think you just cover computer systems and the HoloNet and different programming projects and that sort of thing. Is there any particular project you want to have today? I mean, we don't need to go through every single class that you have.
Yeah, Park says, "How's it hanging, Mr. Wemmel?"
Hey, it's pretty good. How's things going with you?
Things have been better, but...
anything I can help with? I mean, after class, we're about to start.
I think I can manage. Thank you.
Everything going fine at Aurora, right?
Things are looking up.
Good to hear. Take your seat. Let's get started.
So Park gets started. Park's,
I think,
pretty good at computers.
Yeah, I think today's class is a simple exercise of programming a Butterbug remote.
A Butterbug remote.
A little spying remote, little cam droid, basically.
Yeah, I think, do you want me to do a check? I think Park is able to do this pretty easily.
Yeah, if you want to do an average, let's do a hard mechanics check, you could have a Butterbug remote.
Yeah, that's actually what I want. Hard.
I think you probably, like, it's almost done, and maybe this is the last class you're supposed to be working on it. Or maybe this is, like, the second or third last class that you're supposed to be working on it, and you're just going to get it done ahead of everyone else.
Mm-hmm. Can I flip a light side? And I cannot upgrade, because I have 2 yellow.
You can upgrade by adding a green.
What about 2 yellow?
In mechanics?
Okay. I don't know why I thought I had 2 yellow.
So you have 2 intellect and 2 ranks?
Yeah.
Does that seem right? Okay. So you're adding a green with your flip, and you can add a blue because you have all the tools you need.
Okay. I got 1 success.
Okay. So I think this class is a little bit smaller than your astronomy astrogation class that was this morning. It's in a little lab in one of the middle floors. Everyone's got their own desk. I think they've got sort of a hard black.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm describing.
Those granite things that are in every biology lab.
Yeah, some sort of synth granite.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone's got like a little data pad terminal as well, and all the tools and cables and cords and everything that you need to do your work here. So you've got that data pad in front of you, you got the remote placed in front of you, and you pull out the little keyboard from below the desk and start typing and putting in all the lines of code that you need and uploading them to the little droid.
And I think that Park uses this as an opportunity to kind of let go of all the things that have happened today. Stop worrying so much about the competitions, the fighting, and just kind of get into a zone. And he's just typing and coding and programming as fast as basically the computer will allow him to do. And he finishes with ample time, and he's very far ahead of all the other students in this class.
Yep, the little remote raises up off the table surface. You hear a few people sort of grumbling in the background that you got it done ahead of everyone else. Typical. Your teacher is impressed. So you did a good job.
I don't want to pat myself too hard on the back. I don't want to hurt my arm. But this looks cool. Good, right?
Yeah, I think you probably floated up to the front, and he holds it up with one of his arms or one of his hands and takes a look, examines it. Yeah, it's good. This is good. You
Awesome.
can treat the rest of the class as a study hall, I guess.
And he goes back to his seat and kind of rests his head, and he's actually going to fall asleep because he's so tired and kind of overworked.
He is woken up by the ringing of the bell between periods.
What
All the students are
time?
filing out.
Okay. What's next?
I think you have one class left, and that's the end of the day. What would your last class probably be?
I'm taking this Butterbug, right?
Yeah,
Is it Butterbug?
it's Butterbug.
All right. I have a Butterbug now.
A Butterbug remote, yep.
Last class. Boy, high school is terrible. This is me, Doug.
Is this
Doug
in
talking.
character or yeah?
This is me, Doug, talking. How do they make you do all these horrible things in like a 8-hour day?
Yeah,
I mean,
and
like,
you know what? We're only covering like half of what you actually have to do.
and even if like you have a fun class and you have a bad class, you still have to do this like 8 times in a day.
Yeah.
It's just so terrible. Like, can you imagine having this whole day we've had and then having like English class
Mm-hmm.
or like
So yeah, your last period's basic.
basic, and you just have to like talk. Yeah, like having.
Yeah, you talk about a novel, a hollow novel that you had to read. It's boring.
Sounds like it. Did I read it?
Yeah.
The Tale of a City That Was Also a Planet.
That's the only book I can think of.
Wow, that's
I didn't
funny.
even read that one.
Me neither. I've never read it.
Why were Dathomiri and Night Crispers so easy and a book title is so hard? Oh well, I'll just edit this whole bit out.
Just edit English basic class out.
Yeah, no, I mean you had basic class. You went over a hollow novel you had to read. It was very boring, and the bell rings and the day is over.
Okay, I'm out of here. And Park grabs his stuff and grabs his board. And when he leaves, if it's safe for everyone in the general vicinity, he takes that board off of the steps.
I am going to flip a dark side point over.
Okay.
Because as you like start that board up, you feel someone tug on the strap of your backpack, and he says, "I told you this wasn't over."
Didn't you hear the bell? It's over. Go home.
Thanks for listening to another episode of Coruscant Nights.
Coruscant Nights is a production of Nightcast Creative.
For more info on this show and our other podcasts, visit nightcastcreative.com.
Thanks to Doug for playing on these episodes. You can find Doug's art at voidboy.art. Like the show and want to help us out?
Send us a copy at ko-fi.com/Coruscant Nights.
Find us on Patreon at patreon.com/Coruscant Nights.
Or leave us a review on your favorite podcatcher.